Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video, a nice little surprise. We've just come across that SuperCoach BBL is open for the 2024-25 season. So for those that are new to the concept, might have just started playing NRL, AFL, and checking out some of the other games. Basically, there's a SuperCoach game for the upcoming Big Bash season. So as you can see, it's still a few weeks away at the time of recording. It's not even November yet, but saw it was open and thought, well, let's have a bit of a look at the initial sort of players, put together a bit of a team, might even set up a league, and we'll see if we can get some players in. So I guess one of the things with the BBL SuperCoach, it's a bit tricky because of the short turnarounds. So I'm not always going to promise that there's going to be round reviews every round. And, particularly around that time of year, you're busy with doing family things and life, holidays, all that great stuff. So I'll do my best, but I won't promise anything. So take that into account if you're just deciding to sign up and join along or anything like that. So it looks like we've got 2 mil to spend. We need a squad of, what's that? I can't count. 2, 9, 16, 17. So the flex is a new option this year, which is pretty cool. So it looks same as usual with 2 wicket keepers, 1 on, 1 on the bench, 5 batsmen on, 1 on or 2 on the bench, 5 bowlers, 2 on the bench. But I guess the extra flex play this year will be very interesting. So might sort of push the budgets a little bit, but let's have a crack. So I guess first off we've got wicket keepers, and so Alex Carey off 1 game of 81 is the highest scoring player. That's a bit stiff, but I guess if he is available and playing, that's fairly high up the order for the strikers. Can go big. Obviously wicket keeping as well, you get points for some stuff around that. Shea Hope would be an interesting one from the Hobart Hurricanes if he gets the gloves, but would be playing alongside Matt Wade, so don't know how that's going to work out. Seifert from New Zealand signed up for the Renegades. I think he does open the batting, so it could be an interesting option. Ben Duckett, exciting wicketkeeper batsman from England. If he's available for the full season, might be one to target. Josh Inglis in the Australian 2020 team for a reason. Josh Phillippe, probably stiff to not be in the Australian 2020 team. Tom Alsop, I think he's another English guy, so it'd be interesting to see if they use him a bit like Sam Billings, who's gone to the Thunder. Matt Hurst, don't know anything about him. Have to have a bit of a look. Jimmy Pearson. Cam Bancroft opens the batting for the Thunder. Probably keeps wickets too over Billings. I think Gilks played as a batter too last year, so if we wanted to look at Sam Harper at the Stars, you'd imagine Duckett would be first choice. I think after that, there's not too many in the cheap category. Jake Doran. So if you want to stash a cheap option, cheapies are a bit cheaper as well. They used to be, I think, 42. So maybe that's to include the extra player. All the prices have come down a little bit. So in terms of keepers, let's just go Duckett, and let's just go a cheaper option. Maybe Harry Nielsen if Carey's not playing. Haven't looked at the draw or anything like that, so this will definitely change. It's really just looking at prices and who's available. So I guess the first big sort of surprise, not that it's surprising given his average last year, but Matt Short at 300k. That's got to be a record for the most expensive BBL player to start the season, and that's with looks like slightly lowered prices. So I guess one of the things you do want to try to do, particularly with the batsman, is try to load in these all rounders because obviously all rounders bat and bowl. And the likes of Short, Maxwell, bat high in the order, are usually good for bowling 3 to 4 overs. Also good fielders, so catches are included. So we'll try to fit both of them in if we can. Try to avoid the out and out batters as much as we can. So no disrespect to Steve Smith, Chris Lynn, we're going to go past them. Jamie Overton's probably bats a bit too low, good bowler, but we do want, those high all rounders as much as we can. Tall Paul, love the lad from the Heat, but very similar, bats at 6 for the Heat, and doesn't necessarily always bowl 4 overs. They do run 6 bowlers, the Heat. Um, Aaron Hardy is another one in that sort of category, so let's load him in. Bo Webster's an interesting one in good form for Tasmania. It'll be mostly around where he bats. It's probably going to be a bit lower in the order. Um, Daniel Sams is another good one. So let's just try and squeeze them all in, and we'll go from there. All right. So I guess by this point, Tom Curran, probably lower order batsman. Mitch Marsh, probably in the Test team. Also, doesn't really bowl as much when he plays for Perth. Um, Chowdhury was the cheapie of the year last year. Started bottom dollar and did the business for the Hurricanes. Will Sutherland, probably captain of the Renegades, so good for game time, but does bat a little bit low in the order. Um, Cooper Connolly's a little bit expensive there at what's that, 118. Fabian Allen is here, the West Indian guy, I think. Might be one to keep a bit of an eye out on. They do like a spinner there at the strikers. Jacob Bethel, I've heard a little bit about as well from the Renegades, an English 2020 specialist. Um, Josh Brown's gone to the Renegades. That's a shame for the Heat. All right, let's start getting into some cheapies. Rishad Hussain sounds like he could be international, but I don't know. I have to look a bit closer into that one. Stoinis is quite cheap for his capability, so do we look at bringing him in? Um, yeah. Tim David obviously has the ability to hit sixes, but does bat quite low. They sort of have that specific role for him to only bat 6 to 8 overs. Um, Baisley's pretty cheap for an all rounder. Um, let's have a look. Is there anyone way down? Nick Maddinson could be an interesting one at his price if he locks up an opening spot at the Thunder. You got Sam Constance. He's been going well at opening bat for New South Wales, but do they put him in the Thunder team? I guess at bottom dollar, maybe we just lock him in just to get a player in there. Let's have a look at the bowlers. So obviously we've used a lot of our all-rounder spots already, but I guess with the bowlers you can't afford to go the pure wicket takers. Obviously, if they can score some runs, it's handy as well. Like Akil Hussein's listed as a bowler, but probably closer to a genuine all-rounder. Can bat, but I guess does bat quite low in the order, just that late order hitting. Um, Behrendorff, he's one of these ones, he's always good for wickets, so you can sort of just plug him in and you get some guaranteed points. Chris Jordan, sort of, can bat, can field, but is mostly a bowler. Um, Jack Edwards, I guess, if he gets that all-rounder spot at the Sixers, could be interesting. Must have skipped over him before. Sean Abbott is pretty cheap compared to what he has been in the past. And you could probably say the same for Jai Richardson. So let's try and slot them in. We are going to run out of money, so one of the couple of these all rounders are going to have to go. Ashton Agar obviously can bat a bit. Spencer Johnson is more of just, flat out wicket taker. Um, Tanvir Sanger, a bit hot and cold maybe. And Schweppes and Hayden Kerr, if he could get some game time, he could be some good value, but the Sixers side's pretty stacked. But let's put him in. I reckon he'll be up there if he's fit. I think he wasn't fit last year. It was half the issue. Riley Meredith's probably underpriced. Adam Zampa, if he's available. I think that's a really good price for him. Let's put Zamps in. We might actually go close. So I forgot about the flex. We're definitely not going to get there. Had Soglu gone to Hobart? He just seems to find a different team every year, but still does the business. Billy Stanlake, is he fit? Who knows? Nathan Lyon's available, he'd be worth having a look at. Menenti at Sixers might struggle for game time, but all-rounder capabilities. Buckingham's pretty highly owned. Decent bowler, but I don't know. Is he first choice at Adelaide? Not too sure. Probably can say same about a lot of these guys. We probably need to lock in at least one more starter. So where do we go? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. What if we bring Stoin down here? Oh, if I can find him. Oh, gotta go to bowlers. It's having a bit of a meltdown. Probably a lot of nuffies like myself getting on here and trying to put together a team. No, it's not going to let me do it. That's fine. All right, we'll come back and I don't know what was going on with the glitch there, but I sort of forgot who I had in the team as well. So just quickly, we had Inglis, Doran, just on the bench at the moment. We might have to spend some more money there. Short, Maxwell, Hardy, Webster, Sams, the big five all-rounders. Couple of cheapies, Constas and Madison. Just put a little bit extra money there just in case. Abbott, Richardson, Kerr, Stoinis, Zamps are probably the more budget options in the bowlers. Buckingham, Zoltzman just as cheapies. Gives us only 54k, so probably not enough to have a decent go at the flex. So probably going to have to look at chopping one of the all-rounders. It's probably just going to be Bo Webster, just because we've already got Maxwell Stoinis. And that probably plays a bit against Bo Webster as well, the fact they've got so many all-round options there. So it does give us 219 for two players. So we're probably looking towards the 120 down sort of options. Darcy Short's always an interesting one if he can, get a bit of a run with the bat. And also, does have his little left arm wrist spinners. McSweeney's been in good form with the bat. Can bowl a little bit off spin, but generally doesn't for the heat. But just having a look, maybe Tim David. So I guess you could look at something like, if we go with a Tim David, we could go a little bit more aggressive with the batting spot. Do we maybe for a bit of flexibility? We could go someone like a Philippi, and then in the flex is the upside swing of Tim David. Don't know. Like again, this is the first go at it, and obviously had a big fail in the middle. So don't overthink it. Why can't I find Tim David all of a sudden? Oh, that's why it's cheaper than I thought. There you go. We've got 14.5k to spend. So let's save the team before it has another meltdown. Alright, now it's going to take forever to load. Could be a few edits in this one. Maybe not. We're on. So in terms of the league, there's a public league. I can recreate the previous league. Interesting. Do we do that, or do we just start a fresh league? I reckon we'll start a fresh one. We've got a few more followers over the last 12 months. I need to create one. So it's head to head's only 8 teams. Can we do more than 8? Create my own. How many rounds is there? Can we maybe push it up to 12 or something? Here we go. Oh, there's only 7 rounds. Maybe they do. Oh, I guess they have shortened the season down, haven't they? But they might also be doing it a bit more like the NBA, where there's multiple games every round. I don't hate it. Let's go. Let's just go with 8. And I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just create a couple of leagues, maybe. SuperCoach Nuffs. There we go. League description. I'm sure you guys know what it's about. Let's go total points. Reward people that are crushing it rather than a bit of luck with people not crushing it. And create the league. So there's the league code. We've got 296097. I will put this link into the description below the video. So absolutely feel free to jump in if you like. If it goes bananas and we want to create a second league, we could. We could even stretch this one out, but I think with 7 rounds, it's a little bit tough. You want to have everyone playing each other, that sort of thing. Although, surely there's got to be more than 7 rounds if there's finals as well. I don't know. We'll work it out. But yeah, we'll wrap the video up there. It sort of was a bit loose. Wasn't really planned. But yeah, SuperCoach BBL, get on board. So if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below the video, where you'll find that link in the description. Give us a like if you enjoy the BBL and cricket content now that it's back for another year. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.